Excuse me, everybody. Can you hear? Okay. Excuse me. Excuse me, we're going to get started in a few moments here. So if you could find a seat in the back few rows. If there are no more seats available after that, please stand on this side over here. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for coming out today. I cannot tell you how excited I am to be here with you today. I think it would be an understatement to say that for Greenville and the upstate, today is a big freaking deal. We have truly come full circle. By the way, I'm Carlos Phillips. I'm president and CEO of the Greenville Chamber of Commerce. And today, we have truly come full circle. Back in April, the United Soccer League informed the Greenville area that we were under consideration for a new professional soccer franchise. Stephen Short and the USL team traveled to Greenville in May for a bit of a reconnaissance visit. Then they returned in July to share the USL story and opportunity with a group of Greenville business and community leaders. Many meetings, conversations, and much planning has taken place over the past few months to get us to this point. And here we are today, set to announce an initiative that will add yet another log onto Greenville and the upstate's fiery economy. Communities throughout the country are benefiting from soccer's growing popularity, and the upstate is poised to experience those same benefits as well. Professional soccer matches attract thousands of young, diverse, energetic, and very enthusiastic vuvuzela-blowing fans and families to their games. Professional soccer helps communities attract and retain talent. More importantly, professional soccer serves to further unite communities. I'm very excited about today's announcement and about our community and region's newest asset. You too will share in that excitement once you view this video.
At his best. Wow. Still free and a shot. And a goal!
By your hand claps, I can assume the video is over. Can you see the goosebumps on me? I told the USL folks almost a year ago that I am not the biggest soccer fan. I played the other football, and I'm not the biggest soccer fan, but I also told the USL folks that if we were able to pull this off, if our community was able to pull this off, this will do wonders for Greenville and for the upstate. So I'm very excited about the announcement here today. Here to tell us more about the opportunity for Greenville and the upstate is the United Soccer League Senior Vice President, Stephen Short.
I'm going to drop this because he's way too tall for me. Thank you, Carlos, for your kind words, and thank you, everyone, for coming out today. Before I really get into it, I have to tell a story about Carlos that I've only shared with him a few minutes ago, and he said it was okay. Last year when we first visited Greenville, I had several meetings with some business leaders and community leaders, and Carlos was one of those. And my first interaction with him, I asked him, how's his day going? He said, it's going great. Don't mess it up. that set the tone, and I knew our relationship was going to be strong from there. But thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for everyone that's here, and we're truly excited to get moving forward. There are a couple people and individuals and organizations I need to thank. First, here at Clemson University's International Center for Automotive Research and the TD Gallery for hosting us today, and the Hughes Agency for all the work you've done to get us to today. With Brandy, Elise, Katie, you've been strong, and we look forward to you continuing to working with the group in the days to come. Again, to Carlos, Robin Wright, and Chris Lewis, you opened your doors our first trip to Greenville. You took our time, and we took yours, and thank you for that. I think you saw our vision, you saw what we saw for Greenville, and now it's becoming a reality. To the American Outlaws, Chapter 93, sitting down here almost in the front, thank you. We sat and spent time together at Gringos. We saw the petition with over 900 signatures on it. I'll admit it, I signed it. But we're excited, and to see your constant support of not only the national team, but soccer at all levels, thank you. And we expect you to be there when the season opens next March. So there you go. There's your first season tickets, Joe. To Joe, Doug, and Gretchen, this journey has been amazing. It's less than a year, really, from our first conversation, and we've enjoyed every bit of it. We know that this team will be successful due to your leadership and also the support of the Irwin Creates team. And lastly, I need to thank, and I will always thank our USL team. Here with Joe Dragotta, Aaron Cranford, Josh Keller, and our team back in Tampa preparing for the 2018 USL season. Thank you for everything. Thank you for your support. And this is also because of you. It is a great honor to be back in Greenville. Again, we can reiterate that every city we visit, we always turn back and say, that's very close to Greenville. And we use Greenville as a bar from everything we've seen here. We know that it's not just the scenery, it's not just the Southern hospitality or the diverse selection of entertainment, but there's something truly special here. There is a fanatic sports culture. We can see it here today. You can also see it in the collegiate athletics and the pro sports in town. But we know that every time we come back, we continue to add to that list of amazing things that Greenville has to offer. It's certainly also, you can consider it the center of the sports world. National championships, elite athletes that have been produced here, moved on to the professional ranks, as well as a strong youth soccer scene. Particularly, the upstate soccer community is among the strongest in the country. 11 collegiate programs are within the vicinity, including Clemson and Furman, complemented by the elite youth soccer landscape with numerous clubs and thousands of youth players. And who can forget the notable alumni that have passed through many of the colleges, including Clemson and Furman, including Stuart Holden, a former national team player who also played in MLS and in England, Oguchi Onyewu, who played for the U.S. and AC Milan, Clint Dempsey, who currently plays for the national team of the Seattle Sounders, and Walker Zimmerman of the national team and currently of LAFC and formerly of FC Dallas of the MLS. The slogan on the website reads, "This is the Greenville everyone is talking about, and the upstate is ready for professional soccer." USL Division III is a professional league built for passionate fans on a proven business model. These core beliefs are everything the league does on a daily basis, and as we launch competition in the spring of 2019. Another element we embrace is a league of opportunity, an opportunity for a city or a region or fans, coaches, or players to move to that next level. There are more than 75 million people throughout this country with direct access to pro soccer, and now we can say that Greenville and its upstate community has direct access to professional soccer. Today, Greenville joins founding members such as FC Tucson and the South Georgia Tormenta in Statesboro, Georgia, and also joins Charleston Battery as the only professional soccer clubs in the state of South Carolina. It's been a pleasure, Joe, to work with you, and it's a pleasure to welcome you and the Irwin Creates family to the USL Division III. I believe it's safe to say that with Joe's background as a veteran of the advertising industry, founder of Irwin Creates, and Irwin Penland Advertising, that your efforts within the community are vital to the success of this team. The league plays a heavy emphasis on local ownership to ensure that there's an air of accountability, and we can see that within you and your team. We know that simply operating a professional team is not good enough for you. And that's what we love. From day one, you've stated that we want to be the pillar that everyone else aims to be. And we see that that will happen. And we know that starting in March next year that you'll fill a stadium, that fans will be walking around town in jerseys and scarves, probably a ton of magnets around town. That's a big movement these days. But giving something else for Greenville to be proud of, the front of the jersey, right, the name on the front, bringing an entire community together for the game of the future. And with that, so we can get to the fun part, it is on behalf of the USL Division III and USL CEO Alec Papadakis that we welcome Greenville, Joe, Doug, Gretchen, and the Irwin Creates team to USL Division III for the 2019 season. If you'd please come and join me, we'd love to give you our official jersey and welcome you to the league.
Good morning. Thanks everybody for being here. And I've got a few thanks to go through, and the first one is I want to thank my life partner, and I'll try not to get weepy, my business partner, Gretchen Irwin, for being here today, and for for allowing us to do something else crazy in business, dear, the way we did Irwin Penland back in 1986. I also want to say thanks to you, Stephen. We started this process, about 8 or 9 months ago, first time we had a conversation with you. And we're so excited to welcome you and Josh and Joe and Aaron back to Greenville to see everything good that's going on here today. And we already feel like USL is part of Greater Greenville. So thank you for being here again today. And Carlos, thanks to you. One of the things I learned as a young man in business in Greater Greenville was that the chamber matters, that the chamber drives business and drives much that is good in a community. And when I reached out to you, because it was a chance for me to vet the USL, not knowing a lot about the league, I knew that you would know, having been in Louisville as CEO when the USL put a team there. And you told me then what you said just a few minutes ago. This is important. It's not just a game. It's an important contributor to the growth and the quality of life. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as we go forward. So thank you again for being a friend, and thank you for the weight of the Chamber of Commerce and all that you have meant so far in this. People ask me, Joe, why are you doing this? Like, I got enough to do, folks. But honestly, as we evaluated all the factors that went into making this decision, it came down to this. We believe, and actually we know, that this region is more than ready to support professional soccer at this caliber, this level. We also know that bringing professional soccer to this community will enhance the quality of life, it will create jobs, and build a platform for entertainment and enhance recreational and educational experiences and opportunity. We know sports have a way of bringing us all together. Much of what is good in our lives, in our communities, in our country, often revolves around sport. And this sport uniquely is one that embraces boys and girls, people of all cultures, of all ages. This is the ultimate diverse, rich world game. And those of us who've had the privilege to live in this upstate community, we know that we are lucky to be in a diverse, unique culture that is more international than almost any community our size in the country. So the world game belongs in a world-class city, in a world-class community. That's why we're excited to bring this international game here today. But today is just the first step of many. There is much work ahead. Let me say that again. There is much work ahead. If you ask me where we're going to play in March, I got no answer for you. We're working on that. We're working on a lot of things, and we'll talk about that. And the one thing we'll always be, folks, is we'll always be transparent in telling you where we're going on this journey, because this is not a me experience. This is a we experience. This is for Greater Greenville. Finally, I want to thank my Irwin Creates colleagues for their unwavering leadership and commitment to excellence. My business partner, Shannon Wilbanks, who is at Endeavor this morning, and my son, Doug Irwin, who has been integrally involved in helping us vet and examine this opportunity since early last summer. As we build our organization, I'm pleased to announce that Doug will serve as vice chairman of Greenville Pro Soccer, and he'll also be the chief brand officer for our professional soccer team. So I'm excited to introduce him now to come join for a few remarks. Doug, you've got all the brains in the family, you keep telling me. So come on up, Doug Irwin.
Thank you. All the brains, but none of the public speaking talent, so that's tough to follow. Would like to thank everyone for coming out. We are so excited to bring professional soccer to the upstate. As Dad mentioned a minute ago, we believe in building brands that enhance the quality of life and create momentum for the community. And as we asked ourselves how we can continue to foster growth in the upstate, what it takes to keep appearing on top 10 lists, on best places to live lists, we looked at professional soccer. There was a recent Gallup poll affirming our beliefs in the sport. Soccer has become the 4th most popular sport in America, and even more eye-opening, the 2nd most popular sport among the 18 to 34 demographic, which is just phenomenal. Additionally, as Dad mentioned, the globally inclusive nature of the game and the accessibility to play is unmatched in team sports. As we look to the coming months and years, we hope to build a community asset that transcends age, race, gender, and build something that can bring the entire upstate together. Briefly, I want to take a quick second to again express my thanks to Stephen and the whole team at the USL. This has been a crazy couple months for us, and y'all have been fantastic, helpful at every turn, answering our questions, walking through this. We're so excited to be moving forward on this with you and looking forward on building our already great relationship as we look towards next March, and we love the league's excitement about being involved in the Greenville market. So thank you again. As we got deeper into talks with Stephen in the league, my dad, Shannon, and I quickly began to think about team leadership. As we know from our previous advertising experience, it's crucial to have someone who knows and has experience in the field as well as the market. And as much as I'd like to think our ownership group knows a little bit about sports, we definitely don't know what it takes to run a team on a day-to-day basis, so filling that need was one of our top priorities. And I joked to my dad that I'd heard Chris Lewis's name around town 20 times without ever having met him, and I suspect many in the room feel the same way. It speaks to the reputation Chris has built across the last 5.5 years as president and GM of the Greenville Swamp Rabbits, overseeing an organizational transformation highlighted by a brand relaunch and marked by tremendous growth in the team's business relationships and community capital. All in all, Chris has spent over 20 years in professional and collegiate sports, and we're thrilled to have someone with his expertise and high character as part of our team. And with that, I'd like to bring up the president of Greenville Pro Soccer, Chris Lewis.
Thank you, Doug. I'll echo the sentiments that everyone's expressed. Welcome, everyone. It's great to see this room with as many people as are in here. I'd also like to start with some thank yous. Thank you to Joe and Gretchen, to Doug and to Shannon for selecting me to lead this organization. I truly appreciate and I'm humbled by the confidence and trust that they have placed in me. I'd also like to thank my wife, Diane, who's here today, as well as our children, Becca and Blake, for the support and love that they've given me and the patience that they've had with me as this opportunity came together. Hun, unfortunately, it looks like those honey-do list items are going to have to wait a little bit. I'd also like to thank Stephen and the USL team. As Stephen mentioned, we talked almost a year ago initially about Greenville itself, and from that time on, I feel like he's not only been a great guiding resource as well as the folks in the league, but I found a new friend as well. From the day that I met Stephen nearly a year ago when the USL first came to town, I've been incredibly impressed with the league and the opportunities that soccer presents for Greenville. We all felt from the very first discussions that if we could roll out a professional soccer team with a great group of individuals, we would be hugely successful. In this ownership group, led by the Irwins, the USL has found some of the best people Greenville has to offer. Soccer has been an integral part of my family's everyday lives for the nearly 6 years that we've lived in this community. With our 2 children playing academy soccer for the two of the largest clubs in the area, Diane and I have experienced firsthand the excitement, the passion, and the deep-rooted relationships that soccer brings to our lives. I'm thrilled to be able to bring those same things to the entire community through the establishment of this pro soccer organization. This team will be a vehicle to bring the community together, to enjoy and celebrate our area in a shared experience that everyone can enjoy. It will be a civic-minded organization that will work tirelessly to impact the community positively while also providing a tremendous entertainment experience. This organization will personify the tremendous qualities of the upstate and the people who comprise our community. Again, I'd like to thank you all for coming out for this exciting announcement on, I guess, as Greenville Pro Soccer's first official employee. Again, thank you for your support, and we look forward to seeing everyone out there in about a year when we kick off our first match. Thanks, everyone.
So it's my job to close it out here. It's nice working with professionals, and the USL people are so professional, because I just got a text message that the live stream looks great. Somebody watching about an hour from here is saying it looks great on screen. And I want to also thank, there's so many friends in the room and folks from Clemson and everywhere. And again, I just want to close by reminding everybody, this really isn't about me or any one me. This whole exercise is about we. It is about what we believe that Greater Greenville can be, should be, and wants to be, and that's always striving to be greater than we were yesterday and to be inclusive along the way, to create opportunities for people from all walks of life, boys, girls, younger, older. You know, that's what the joy of something like this is all about. So we feel flattered that we even get to participate in this. And we pledge to you, we will do our very best to create a club that represents the uniqueness, the quality, and the character of Greater Greenville. That will guide us every step, every day along the way. You're going to hear a lot more from us moving forward. This is the first, we hope, of many announcements over the next year. Follow us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, for more information on our brand, on tickets and players, and subscribe to our mailing list at greenvilleprosoccer.com. Thank you all for coming, and we look forward to seeing you at a soccer field in the distant future, or not so distant future. Thanks very much.